Delta just announced a cheaper way to fly first class. But in today's video, we're going to save you from getting scammed and losing that good earned money.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.
So as always, I'm your bro Taylor.
And I'm your bro Ryan.
And we are talking about the new basic fares that Delta has introduced for its more premium Delta First Class and Delta One classes. So, like Ryan said, they pose it as a cheaper way to fly in these premium, more elite packages, but is it actually worth it? Is it a scam? Is it just something to get you to spend more money when in reality you're not getting a lot of the amenities you typically would pay for? So, diving into it. Delta formally introduced these basic fare tiers across its premium cabins, bookable as of July 8th. This applies to Delta First, Delta Premium Select, and Delta One. They had already expanded this to their Comfort Plus class, and of course Basic Economy has been a long-standing thing. But starting now, First Basic is available now on select domestic and Latin American routes, and the Delta Premium Select Basic and Basic Business, which is the Delta One basic version, are bookable, but the flights won't be able to be taken till September of 2026 on premium domestic and long-haul international routes.
So I bet you guys are as confused as us right now.
Yeah.
Now we're throwing around all these different terms that sound very similar. You got premium, premium select, you got first, you got Delta One, you got comfort, comfort plus. Like we're all over the place. And now within each of those, you have classes for basic, for extra, for classic. And it's like, to me, I'm just getting more confused.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just hard to tell which one you're like, okay, well, in my head, flying first class has always been the best, but then you do some research and like, no, Delta One is their most top tier package. And you're like, what even is Delta Premium Select? It kind of sounds like a bit of a better economy. Is it better than Comfort Plus? The answer is yes, but it's like sometimes they seem to overlap. It gets a little bit convoluted. And I fly a lot of Delta. Like I've had status with Delta and a lot of this stuff. And honestly, it does get a bit in the weeds for me.
But to me, it's going to be a customer service nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like there's bound to be some people that are going to like get to their gate, realize that they don't get this particular thing or check in, and they're like, oh, I paid for a Delta One seat. And they're like, oh, yeah, but you did Delta One Basic and all this. It gets a little bit convoluted. People are going to be checking their points. They're like, oh, I thought it was going to earn this many points. Well, in Basic, you don't earn as many points. This, that, all these little things, I just feel like opens them up to more criticism. But again, they're going to have enough people that do it to where their margins, I mean, obviously they made the business move. It makes sense for them. So
we'll see how it works out. But yeah, like you said, jumping into more of the details, the way Delta lays it out from lowest tier, I guess, to top is basic economy, which is going to be your bare bones, just get from point A to point B. Then you got main cabin, which is going to have a few more features. Then there's Comfort Plus, which is extra legroom economy. Then there's Premium Select, which is premium economy, recliner style seats, more amenities. Then there's first class, bigger seats. Then there's top tier Delta One. Delta's long haul, business class, lie flat seats, everything you think of when you say, when I'm rich, I'm going to be spending that money and I'm flying first class and I'm doing lay flat with them bringing me champagne and cocktails and whatever else. That's going to be your Delta One for the most part.
So kind of diving into what I'm going to refer to as these subsets of cabin classes, the basic economy or basic version of all these tickets essentially takes a few things away. One being you're not going to be able to get like a full refund. It'll be a partial e-credit. They're going to take away some of those check bag allowances sometimes. Again, you're not going to be able to pick your seat. It's going to be one of those things that post check-in at the airport, they'll assign you a seat, which for some won't really matter. I mean, once you're in Delta One, that's kind of the big thing. Or once you're in first class, it's like, okay, whatever it is what it is. But still, those little things, certain times you're not going to get the same lounge access as you would with like a Delta One purchase. So all these little things that kind of add up over time. And again, depending on how much you're actually saving, because, the difference between basic versus classic oftentimes isn't actually that wide of a margin. So if you end up having to pay, say, for an extra check bag because they took that amenity away, the savings are almost negligible in some instances. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. And then if you're looking at the extra subset of all these classes, really the biggest difference is you're going to be earning a few more miles per dollar spent, and you have the option to get a full refund to your original payment method. So if you bought it with a credit card, you get a credit card refund, as opposed to basic, where you're getting a partial e-credit, classic, where you're getting the full e-credit. So again, if you like that little extra bit of security, now you're paying for it.
Yeah, and to me, like you saw in the title of this video, we're talking mainly about first class and business class, and if it's worth it. And to me, if I'm spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and it's an extra $200 to make it fully refundable and all of that, I'm not going to skimp out.
Yeah.
Or I don't get lounge access, or I have to worry about another check bag and that fee if it's overweight, whatever, like that. Like, to me, it's just not worth the cheapness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How many people are spending $4,000 and saving on $200?
Yeah, I agree. If the margin was wider, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But the
Yeah.
examples we've seen, it's been like $200.
Yeah.
And at that point, for a $3,000 ticket, I mean, that's not really groundbreaking.
Right.
I know, like for a basic economy versus main, you know, that's might be $100 versus $300. And, you know, the percentage wise right there, that's a big difference for a lot of people. So that one maybe make a little more sense. But obviously, let us know down in the comments if you guys completely disagree. You're like, oh, I don't even like having lounge access. I never check bags, so that doesn't come into play. And you're like, those couple extra $100, that makes a difference for me because I'm not taking advantage of those amenities anyway.
And to your point, if you could, I guess, go with the lower tier, but make it a little more a la carte, where you could say, but I still want it to be refundable, and I still want the check bag. I just don't need the lounge access, and you save money that way. Okay, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, it's basic, where you get none of that, or classic, where you get pretty much everything, or extra, that you get more points and maybe a little bit easier cash back.
Yeah.
Instead of a credit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that, to me, again, it's not really worth that savings or that difference to make sense. But again, leave in the comments if you're going to try this, if you love this.
But also at the same time, like someone like me who's not paying for, you know, those first classes and everything, but sometimes because I fly so often in main cabin, I get status that gets upgraded. I feel like it's going to take a few of those opportunities away from me because, you know, maybe you're lowering the kind of threshold for people to enter those premium cabin classes to where a few more people will slide in there, to where those that like have high status and are kind of hoping for an upgrade maybe don't get it because, again, a few more people went premium off rip.
Yeah, no, I agree. So let's look at who this could be good for, who this could benefit, and who will not like this as a whole. So who should actually book the basic first class and basic business? This kind of makes more sense for solo travelers who want lie flat seats or bigger seats but don't really care about the lounge. A lot of times travelers with fixed, unchangeable plans, so the restriction of a fee for any kind of changes you want to make doesn't really bother them. And then anyone who really wants to go on the first class, but they still want to save a little bit of money, I guess, then yeah, you could risk it a little bit with not having a refund or not getting lounge access. But I'm a big proponent of someone that, well, if I'm going on vacation, I've saved enough to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm not going to nickel and dime myself or really budget while I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to save up and then give myself a buffer on top of that, so I don't even have to worry about while I'm on vacation. That's my way of doing things.
Yeah, so really we kind of already touched a little bit on who this doesn't work for, like someone like me who's kind of hoping those free upgrades. Bit of an inconvenience there. Those who like or need a little bit of flexibility in their travel plans where maybe they're making kind of a last minute change or that is something that could happen. Or they just know that, you know, if something doesn't work out because this isn't set in stone, I'm going to want that full refund. Whether it be a full e-credit value or you pay a little bit extra to get the full refund back to, say, your credit card or whatever it may be. So again, those people who want a little bit more security, a little bit more, you know, flexibility, this is going to be something that a lot of people are just going to kind of glance right over. All that being said, again, for like us personally, I don't think we really see necessarily the benefits because, I mean, kind of depends on how much stock you put into the things that are taken away. Like lounge access, I think is big. Like the free food and drink and the nice relaxing area to kind of chill out, I think that is worth a sizable portion of that margin right there. So, you know, it all comes down to personal risk tolerance almost in a sense.
Yeah, and I think if I'm booking first class, I expect lounge access to your point.
Yeah.
So my prediction is, obviously Delta's going to keep it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously Delta's going to make money off of it. They're going to use it. More airlines are going to do this.
Yep.
But I don't think I'm going to buy it. That's what I think.
Yeah, unless the margins turn out much wider than a lot of people are predicting, and a lot of the preliminary people have found, then I could maybe justify. If you're saving $500, $600, $700, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, if I get to lie down on a 15-hour flight because I'm going somewhere in Asia or I'm flying to Australia, then it's something that's much more appealing to me. But again, if it's $100, $200 change, I don't really see the point. Almost.
No, absolutely agree with that. If it's more of a margin, I'd be way more open to taking in. Right now, I don't love it, but we'll see. And don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend if they haven't heard about this yet. They're big travel news. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.